How's it going? This is Sherrod and Pride, attorneys at Oakhurst Legal Group and leaders at the Sherrod Sports Visas Sports Immigration Practice.
Yes, we are back again. We're back again. And this time around, we're going to be talking about football.
That's right. Not the football with your feet, but the football with your hands. American style football. As we're recording this video, it is January, which means we're getting close to the You're supposed to finish the sentence. Pride didn't catch the alley-oop.
Oh,
The Super Bowl.
that's right.
Which, of course, here in America, we could call the world champions. But it turns out there's a lot of people that play American football around the world.
I am amazed as to how worldwide American football has become.
That's right. I remember maybe about 3 years ago, I was shocked to get a call from a gentleman from Peru who said that he's on the national football team. And I thought he meant soccer, so I started asking questions if he's a goalkeeper. And he looked at me like I was crazy over the Zoom because he said, I'm a member of the National American Football Team of Peru. I said,
Amazing.
wow.
Amazing. Amazing. And so we are getting calls. We are having a whole lot of folks who are playing in their national teams in their various nations wanting to come play in the NFL here in the United States.
That's correct. So there is a lot of interest from the NFL itself to be more inclusive to international players. The problem is it is very difficult most of the time for international players to keep roster spots on International Football League because it's taken us hundreds of years to develop football players here in the United States. And the skill set and the knowledge is just a learning gap. So it's hard for international players to keep roster spots.
Absolutely. So in this situation, if we have someone who plays in their nation's national football team and they're interested in coming to the United States and maybe trying out and see if they can get a spot or get drafted by a team, what should they be doing?
All right. So the first thing to do is they should be looking at obtaining their own visa that's independent of the team. Because for one, they're not on a team anyway. The more common way that international players come is that a team actually signs them and then puts them on P1 visa. Now, that visa, mind you, only comes when you're signed to a team, which is hard to do if they don't know who you are. Then also the other thing is, even though they get you that P1, if they cut you, they terminate your employment contract, which happens a lot for the international players within a week or two. Now you're out of status and you don't have a way to be here. So what we do is help the football players obtain usually O1A visas for 3 years that'll allow them to stay in the United States as a football player, whether they're on a team or not. And they can play for different teams using that same visa and not having to get a visa from the team. Now, we've done this before already with kickers and also former NFL players that are trying to get back into the league. And several teams already know our work and the back end of how our petitions are structured.
Absolutely. And so when they come in with the O visa, they're able to have the opportunity to train and to be tried out, to be seen, so they can be drafted.
Right. So we have it in our itinerary on the O1 that they can compete for any football team. And then we also have it with other things they can do to make money as well. So say they can do physical training. They could do content making, anything that we can think of that they might come to that's even a little bit related to football to improve and expand their work authorization to help them sustain themselves while they're waiting for opportunities in the NFL.
And just like all the other petitions, they're going to need a petitioner here in the United States.
Yeah, that's right. So one thing about these visas is that if the team is not serving as the sponsor or the person that signs your immigration forms, you'll need somebody else to do that. And it can be any United States company or person. And if you do not have one of those, we do have a resource to serve as a petitioner that will stay out of your way and allow you to still work for any team that you get an opportunity with for 3 years uninterrupted.
And the Super Bowl comes up in February, and right thereafter, teams will be drafting. And so this is the time for all our international football stars to start getting their visas to be here.
Right. And the other thing to think about is with the COVID situation going on, there's more roster spots and opportunities than ever to get on a team, even if it's for a short-term thing. Because once teams go into COVID protocol, one player gets sick, it's likely that a bunch of other players are going to get sick, and then it's going to leave a void right there where you might be able to step into a practice squad as players get elevated to the active roster, or maybe even get set right to the active roster yourself to have a wonderful opportunity at getting a shot in the NFL. So it's best to stay ready than get ready. And part of that is having your work authorization ready to go.
Absolutely. So how could we be reached?
We can be reached a variety of ways. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Sherrod Sports Visas. You can email us, info@sherrodsportsvisas.com. You can call us, 704-243-8178, or you can just Google visas for NFL football players. We'll be the first that comes up, and we're going to keep it that way.
Thank you very much. And it's wonderful talking to you today.
Let's go Browns. We're already out of the playoffs, but hopefully next year. Have a good one.